Bart, Taika's name, what's the origin of his name?
I just heard Taika Waititi's name, and I'm like, that's a cool name.
You didn't look into the origin?
Oh, I did.
Yes.
There's a lot of meanings.
Yeah, so I Googled it, and then it meant something in like 40 different languages, from Norwegian to like Chinese to Maori to whatever, and I'm like, oh, this is really cool, and they're all like pretty positive things.
Yeah. How about in Maori?
I think it just means tiger.
Tiger?
They got tigers in New Zealand?
Maybe.
Oh.
Was there any negative thing, like one thing that was negative?
Yeah.
I couldn't find one.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is pretty cool.
That's good.
It's an era in Japan.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
The Taika era.
Taika era.
That's tight. Well, speaking of, is it Maori or Maori?
I don't know.
I've heard it both ways.
Maori? Maori?
Maybe if someone's wrong. I don't know.
Okay,
I
well,
think it's Maori.
I'll go with Maori.
What does Taika say about it?
Can you ask Jason Momoa? You think he'll know?
He would know.
He's Maori?
I don't know.
I thought he was.
No, he's Hawaiian.
But I'm just assuming he would know.
Oh yeah. He knows everything.
That's why.
She just wants an excuse to talk to him.
True.
Well, you brought him up.
I thought he was of that culture.
See? Educate him.
What do you mean?
Dude, you wouldn't even be able to talk to him.
I wouldn't.
You'd be like, aren't you Atlantean?
I really would not even be able to say a single word.
Yeah.
I'll just be like,
You just stand there and just piss yourself?
yeah, probably. Anyway. Well, the article I have here, it talks about how a Canadian brewery and a leather store in New Zealand. Okay, so for the brewery, they named one of their beers after they use a Maori word called, it's huru huru.
Huru huru.
Huru.
For one of the beers.
Yes. And then as well as the leather store in New Zealand, they named their store Huru Huru.
Huru huru leather and huru huru beer.
Yes.
Okay.
And so they were thinking that it meant feather. But it actually means pubic hair.
Oh.
What if it means both things?
Probably. But okay, so this Maori TV personality named Te Hamua Nikora said on Facebook, some people call it appreciation, I call it appropriation. If you are selling leather, call it leather. Don't call it pubic hair unless you are selling pubic hair, and don't call beer pubic hair unless you make it with pubic hair. So then he asked for non-Maori businesses to use their own language to promote their products. And they're just pretty much saying like, you look dumb. Like, why are you using our language?
What is the word for leather?
I don't know.
Oh.
Leather.
How did they get it mixed up for feather? Like, how did they come to the conclusion? Because both companies thought it meant feather. So there's got to be a source citing this, and they
Maybe
both
it's like
came-
hulu hulu, and then they wrote huru huru.
So in terms of the brewery, the brewery's called Hell's Basement, and they called its New Zealand Pale Ale beer. Huru
Huru huru.
Right? So then they
Pubic
said,
hair.
Yeah. Pubic hair.
But they meant it obviously in a, like, this is like, it's like when
feather.
guys get like the Chinese tattoos and
Right.
in their head, this is like cool, this is like
dick.
Yeah, right. Pubic hair.
People
right.
get tribal tattoos all the time too, you know?
Yep.
It's like of all different tribes and cultures. So.
Yeah.
What does it
Yeah,
mean?
what is, because you have a Chinese tattoo and it means something else, right?
This? No, he does.
Oh, you do.
He got a Japanese tattoo and it means something else.
Set up in my head. Yeah. Right? What does it mean?
So, you know how he found out? My mom called him out on it.
That's what it was, because I thought it was his mom calling you out, so I mixed it up in my head.
So what did you think it meant, and then what did you find out it means?
This is my best friend at the time. We just graduated boot camp, and we were in North Carolina, and we wanted to get something that was kind of like tough, you know?
Yeah.
So we Google translated like fear no one, and we're like, what's a tough Asian language? We're like, oh, Japanese, because they're samurai. There's like samurai spirit. And then so it's supposed to say fear no one, but I think it really says fear everyone.
Yeah, because my mom was like,
It says the opposite.
Yeah.
because my mom read it and she's like, who's your friend scared of?
Literally everybody.
That's good.
That is sick, dude.
That's kind of cool, actually.
That's wrong.
So don't trust Google Translate for your tattoo inspiration.
No, never.
I like that you just did that on your phone. Like, yeah, it's done. Put it on my body forever.
Yeah, that's so ballsy.
That's a white bro, dude.
No, he is.
And there was a random like white guy at a tattoo shop. He was like, Are you sure this is right?
Because even he was like, I went to Japan for 5 years. I don't think that's right, bro.
He was like, fear everyone.
Like, he's a Marine. He had some experiences. Like,
He knows more than I do. Damn.
He could actually read it.
I know.
That's so funny. Yeah.
But yeah, so the brewery, they said, we did not realize the potential to offend through our artistic interpretation, and given the response, we will attempt to do better in the future. To those who feel disrespected, we apologize. We do not think pubic hair is shameful, though we admit it may not go well with beer. So at least that's what the brewery said.
So they're gonna change the name.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna change it. And then so the leather store, Huru Huru, said that they meant no offense by using the name for their store, and that they also intended it to mean like wool, feather, or fur. And that's why they named
we
it.
intended for it to mean scrotum. Oh yeah, what's this chair? Oh yeah, it's scrotum, man. Yeah, it's nice, right?
So wait, is the leather store changing the name as well? I mean, because that's their brand. That's at this
True.
point they kind of gotta keep it.
I know, right?
Yeah, I feel for all the companies that need to change their entire identity. Like all the bands too, with like the
Lady A.
Yeah, Lady A.
Yeah.
Oh, they should. After like learning what it
They
antebellum
should probably
meant.
change it again one more time.
Oh, Lady A with the artist?
Yeah, the artist too. They went
Right, I read
got into
that.
another issue now with some other, and she's a black singer, I think. So
Yes.
like she's suing them for taking over the name Lady A now because her name's
She's been using it forever.
Oh, yeah.
They're trying
But the
to
band was
make it-
suing her, right? Like.
for defamation or something.
It was.
No,
it was that the band suing
yeah,
her.
the band was, and everyone's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Exactly.
It's like,
Wow.
Because the band was like, well, we trademarked this before you've been using it. But she's like, but I've been using it forever. Or something
Right,
like that.
right. Yeah, that's tricky. But yeah, like for the companies
Didn't they do
need to
that for like some kind of Vietnamese restaurant, or like it was like a word that shouldn't be trademarked because it was like a dish,
Oh.
like it was poke or whatever. No, I think it was poke. It wasn't Vietnamese. So then you know how like poke is everywhere, right? And then I think a restaurant they took poke, trademarked it, and they started suing all the poke restaurants.
that's crazy.
Damn.
That's like trademarking hamburger and just going after like.
Yeah, it should have never passed the trademarking law. Like, yeah,
True.
yeah.
That's true.
That is interesting that it even passed.
I think it was when poke first started and no one knew what it was.
No one knew what it was.
Damn.
That's like fucking Pinkberry, dude. Pinkberry started. I was like, what the fuck is this? But then it's like Yogurtland, everything else.
Just all sprouted.
Yeah,
All at the
came
same
out of
time.
nowhere.
That's what it felt like. At least.
And then now they're gone.
Gone.
I miss Pinkberry. Pinkberry was delicious.
was good.
I like it better than Yogurtland's yogurt.
I'm gonna have to fight you on that. 'cause I
Really?
liked all the flavors. Yeah, I liked all the different.
You guys
flavors.
remember Red Mango too?
Yeah, dude.
I remember Red Mango.
When you could make your own.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought red mango was a flavor because I had never heard of it. Red mango.
So the story that I heard was Pinkberry. So Red Mango existed in Korea first, and then Pinkberry, they're like, oh cool, I'll bring that to America. So they came to America first, they blew up, and I think Red Mango was like, fuck you guys stole my idea, and they came and they started battling out. But then Yogurtland came out with their business model where you could
Just customize your own.
just do your own, and they just kind of, while they were kind of bickering, they both died.
But didn't Yogurtland or Pinkberry CEO beat up a homeless dude with a bat
Yes.
or something?
I've been a fan ever since.
Yeah, and then I think maybe that probably shut him down. It's so funny, these dessert wars, right? Because it's such a cute dessert. But anytime you add like Korean businessmen to the mix, it's kind of gangster.
It becomes
Because they'll,
gangster.
Yeah.
They'll have these crazy arguments. So it's like, it's such a cute dessert. And you have the most gangsterous dudes like running it. And it's so funny.
The dudes behind Hello Kitty are just notorious.
Very scary people.
I've heard.
The Japanese Yakuza is behind it, right? You just never know.
Damn. All right, so back to this story. So the leather store, Huru Huru, right?
Huru
They
Huru.
were saying that they had gotten approval for that name from the Intellectual Property Office's Maori Advisory Committee, and so they were like, we thought it was cool.
Yeah, that committee was like, yeah, take the name.
I know, right? They're like, you want to name it pubic hair? They're like, all right, fuck it. More power to you. You're gonna pay us for that word? All right, cool, fuck it.
Sounds sick, guys. Sounds good. Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, fear everyone. Sure.
Can you change that? Can you get like never on top of it or something?
I mean, I could change it, but then it just became such a funny thing. And it's also, in the world, there's only 2 people that have it, and they're not even friends. I'm never gonna
Best friend matching tattoos that aren't friends anymore.
It's just too good of a memory.
I like it, and there's a story behind it. It's like you got,
This is too good. I would never cover it
Is
up.
there ever a success story for matching tattoos? Because every time I hear about anyone getting matching tattoos with anyone, like they no longer speak or anything. It's like a
Maybe it's a curse.
Huh.
True. Would you remove it if the other person removed it too?
No, because I'm the only lasting like encyclopedia of this stupid story.
It's so funny because nobody gets not tough things on their body.
Yeah,
Like everyone gets the toughest word.
right? I'm scared.
I'm scared.
Nobody gets that. Everyone gets the toughest words, the sickest looking dragons.
Yeah.
Like they don't do that.
I think I should do that. I think I should get tattoos or like have a whole store that's like words of different countries or cultures, but they're like the lamest ones.
Yeah, the lamest animal.
They're
Yeah.
gonna be very successful, or maybe very successful.
True.
Oh, there you go.
Do you have any tattoos?
I have my wife's name and my daughter's name.
Oh,
just like,
really?
just like, you know,
Cool.
very light.
Ruby?
And Ruby, that's my daughter.
Oh,
Yeah, my wife's name
sweet.
here. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sweet.
They didn't have that thing on the door?
We did, but I don't think that guy speaks English.
Oh, he didn't read?
He's all trying to like force himself in.
Yeah, he was gonna break the door down.
Jeez, I know.
I think that would have been funny to just keep it in. Who cares?
Yeah, why not?
Ah, what the? Well, there's like a good minute. Let's just.
That's just aloha right there.
Oh, so then you have those 2 tattoos.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered doing a tattoo in another language?
No. And
I recommend Google Translate.
Can't go wrong with
Hey, it
that.
might be better now than before.
It's probably way better now.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't trust it because sometimes I forget my Spanish and then I go into Google Translate and see like, oh, is this how you say it? And then it translates it really weird. So I'm like, that's not how you say it either.
I think the
I have to hit up my mom.
that it has the thing that's hard for it is you know how like I think it's the grammar part. You know, some languages you have the order matters. So like it would be like I love you in some languages, but then some languages I you love.
Oh right.
Yeah,
That's
grammatically.
what's wrong.
That's what happened with this, where I typed in fear no one when it's, and so I guess it goes like I don't know how it turned into fear everyone, but it had something to do with the order of it.
Oh, the characters.
Yeah.
True.
also the meanings of words sometimes change, you know,
Yeah.
over time. And if it changes into like a thing that you don't want later, you know, like, you know, like,
True, like if like your name's Karen, or you're
and you put Karen across your forehead.
like Karen, not quite the same anymore.
Or even the idea of fear no one. Like, has that stayed consistent? I think you fear Karen.
I am really scared of Karen. All the
I'm
Karens
scared of
in the world.
Karen. Like, fuck's sake.